Welcome everyone to this edition of Looking at Louisville. I'm Chaz.
Hi, I'm Stacy.
And we are going to be taking a journey into the world of architecture in Louisville, but it's going to be seen in a whole new light, right Stacy?
That is right, Chaz. You know, architecture is gorgeous in all forms, but there's probably no better expression, more beautiful than that in religious structures.
True.
And Louisville certainly has a treasure trove of them.
There are a ton of them. In fact, we're standing in front of the First Church of Christ Scientists, and we've got many, many more to go see. I mean, how many of these are in the city that we're going to go look at?
We do. Well, there's so many. I mean, we're just going to scratch the surface, really. We're in Old Louisville right now. We're going to stay mainly in the downtown area, which maybe visitors would have a better way to get around there. We're going to cross all faith traditions, though, like Catholic, Episcopalian, Unitarian, Baptist, you name it. We're going to cover it, and we're going to give you some tips at the end on how you can see more of them and map them out on your own.
Well, I think we need to get started on this Holy Grail, so let's begin.
In fact, we're going to end up there, too. More on that later.
You're
Let's
right.
go.
Let's go.
St. Joseph's Catholic Church is in Butchertown. The twin spires of this brick Gothic church, like many church towers in Germany, are visible for a long distance, providing a hallmark of the neighborhood of Butchertown. The area was mostly settled by German Roman Catholics and Protestants before and after the Civil War to fill factory and railroad jobs nearby. St. Martin of Tours is one of several churches built in the 1850s for the growing German Catholic immigrant population and is one of the most authentically German in Louisville. The skeletal remains of two martyrs donated by an Italian monastery in 1901 flank the altar, and life-size statues of the apostles imported from Germany line the walls.
The first Unitarian church burned in 1872 and was rebuilt in 1873. Another fire occurred in 1985, leaving only the original wall and the lower part of the tower. It was kept and added to with glass and steel, blending contemporary with the past.
The Calvary Episcopal Church was built in 1872 out of Indiana and Pewee Valley, Kentucky limestone. The architect, W.H. Redden, came to Louisville before the Civil War to practice architecture and is known for his churches, homes, and the elaborate gate to Cave Hill Cemetery. The stained glass windows are both from Tiffany Studios in New York and the John B. Albert Studio in Louisville, a predecessor to Louisville Art Glass.
The Lambton Baptist Church was first founded as First Christian Church in 1900. The current building is an elegant limestone structure and one of the finest Beaux Arts churches in Louisville. The two-story church has a pedimented portico supported by 6 fluted Corinthian columns.
The congregation of St. Paul's Episcopal Church moved to this location at 4th and Magnolia in 1894 when its original building downtown burned. St. Paul's was the second oldest Episcopal congregation in the city after Christ Church Cathedral. The congregation moved again in 1955, and the building is now home to the West End Baptist Church. The First Church of Christ Scientists was built in 1927. The exterior is all native Kentucky limestone. It has 12 columns that support the portico and flat roof entrance canopy. They were all carved from the same block of limestone. The building is said to have been inspired by the tomb of Napoleon in France. Walnut Street Baptist Church can trace its roots as a congregation to 1815, when Squire Boone, brother of explorer Daniel Boone, founded the First Baptist Church of Louisville. That first building was at 4th and Walnut. When that structure collapsed in 1900, a new church was built at the current location on 3rd Street in 1902. The congregation decided to retain the name of Walnut Street.
St. Louis Bertrand Catholic Church was established in 1866 by the Dominican order to minister to the Irish Roman Catholics who had settled in the Limerick neighborhood. It revives a late 13th century Edwardian English Gothic architecture. The grotto dedicated to Our Lady of Lourdes in 1877 is one of the oldest in the U.S.
The Greater Bethel Temple Apostolic Church was built in 1905. This is an elegant classical revival with a Bedford limestone structure. The interior is one large auditorium based upon a modified Greek cross plan. The former Adith Jeshurun Temple and School was built in 1918. The architect used both Islamic and Byzantine motifs. It was sold to the Unity Temple in 1957, which is a non-denominational congregation. It has a limestone base with a glazed yellow brick facade. The First Lutheran Church on East Broadway is a Gothic revival built for the steady stream of German immigrants that came to Louisville in the 1850s. The church is notable for its symmetrical entrance towers, which were possibly inspired by the cathedral in Cologne, Germany. Christ Church Cathedral is the oldest church building in Louisville still standing. It was begun in 1822, finished in 1824, and a Romanesque revival facade was added in 1870. Some of the many elegant stained glass windows in the church are original Tiffany glass. The Cathedral of the Assumption was built in 1849. This Gothic revival church is the seat of the Archdiocese of Louisville. Behind and underneath the altar are the remains of two 19th century bishops. The church was remodeled in 1910 with a new altar, and again in 1988, restoring the spectacular ceiling with gold stars and gold trim.
Well, Stacy, I would say that we found the Holy Grail at the Holy Grail.
I think we did, Chaz. I think we've died and gone to heaven here,
yes,
actually.
Everything was what a great day. Not only the architecture and the religious side of Louisville, but also the food. I mean, that was a heavenly experience here as well.
Absolutely. This is a great spot on Bardstown Road in the Highlands in a former Unitarian church. The space is wonderful. The craft and
Very
specialty
cozy.
International beers are wonderful, and the food, it's snack food. It isn't open until 5 every day, and it's over 21 only, but the snacks are, I mean, we made a dinner out of
yes.
it. Very German influenced. I'm going to have to go to the list.
Yeah,
to
we
had.
had so much food that please go over this list because it was all wonderful.
We'll start with the pretzels and beer cheese, and we had a Scotch quail egg with like a sriracha remoulade sauce with it. We had a brie hot dog that had a green apple slaw on a pretzel bun. We had chorizo tacos with curried onion and queso on them. We had the man sliders, which are a farm beef and brat with a house-made sauerkraut, a stone ground mustard, again on a pretzel bread. And then we had a house specialty on Blue Dog Bread, which is an artisanal bakery here in Louisville. It had house-made bacon and heirloom tomatoes covered in a Mornay sauce with roasted broccoli. And we started with the Belgian fries, the pommes frites, and a stone ground mustard dipping sauce. They have many dipping sauces, and the other one that we had was like a jalapeno honey.
Now,
I'm stuffed.
Oh, I know. I'm full too. Now, for more information, of course, as always about this episode, please go to GoToLouisville.com. But the bonus that's going to happen with this is that if you go to the website, we're going to give you a Google map that's going to enable you to find all these different churches and services.
Really, we just scratched the surface today. We only hit about a dozen. There are so many more beautiful, treasured architectural churches in this city. We have more information on those, what we did today, and also I would highly recommend this book that we used. This is on Louisville architecture in general. It's called The Louisville Guide. You can pick it up at any local bookstore, but it really detailed the churches that we saw. There's also a great tour online of just the architectural church tours of Old Louisville, which we concentrate a lot in that area if you're downtown. Also, if you're in town for the weekend and want to attend a service, we're going to have information on each of the churches that we saw today with their times. And finally, I've got to mention this wonderful festival that we have in the fall of each year. It's called the Festival of Faith.
I've attended it. It's incredible.
And it really underscores what we did today, like with the Unity
yes.
Church that was non-denominational. You know, we didn't hit every faith tradition in Louisville. There were just so many, but I think we hit a lot, and it underscores the diversity of Louisville. And the Festival of Faith is an event that brings those together, has special events. Again, it's in the fall. Look it up. We'll have the website online. It's just a great ecumenical celebration of the diversity of Louisville.
So for more information about this, please send us an email, podcast@GoToLouisville.com. Of course, you can go to GoToLouisville.com. And of course, you can find us in Facebook, YouTube, and in Twitter. So as always,
you're looking at Louisville.
See you real soon. Sharrock also designed the Jefferson County Courthouse.
Thank God!
Hallelujah!
Skeletal remains of 2 martyrs donated by an Italian monastery in 1901 flank the altar, and lifestyle...
Oh! Oh, she messed up. She was so close. Oh, so close, but so far away.